Welcome to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Today, we'll show you how to use the spirit of love and self-worth to improve the connections with everyone else in your life. This program is your weekly gift, and it will keep on giving. You'll see. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jean Marie Farish.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I hope you are all faring well. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, your Love Light host, coming to you from the Voice America Empowerment Channel, shining love light into your hearts and homes to empower your life with love. We have a wonderful show today. You deserve to live your best life with Dr. Karen Phillip. What does your ideal life look like and feel like? What changes should you consider to live the life of your dream? How can you live in harmony with yourself and others? I believe our deepest rooted desire is to live a satisfying life. Stella Terrell Mann says, "The unexamined life is hardly worth living." This may sound a bit harsh, but it is true. Many waste time in regret or blaming others, but it is up to us to reflect on our lives and make the changes and choices in our best interest and not against ourselves. For it is not how long you live, but how well you live. And our guest today, Dr. Karen Phillip, joining us from Australia, will shed light on how to live your best life. She's a counseling psychotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist, life coach, and international parenting and relationship expert. Featured on television, radio, and print media, she's the author of the brilliant #1 international bestseller, Communication Harmony, The 3 Powerful Secret Words to Eliminate the Drama and Conflict from Every Conversation. Dr. Karen helps clients abolish bad habits, reduce pain, sleep through the night, remove baggage, and decrease anxiety. So now I am honored to welcome our outstanding guest, Dr. Karen Phillip, again joining us today from Australia on our show, You Deserve to Live Your Best Life. Welcome, Dr. Karen.
Such a pleasure to be here, Jean. Thank you so much.
Yes, and a hearty welcome to our listeners around the world and from Australia. So, Dr. Karen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what really inspired your work?
Well, it's interesting, Jean. I started my work in corporate, running large organisations and businesses, hundreds of staff, and was very successful. I lost my mum when I was in my late 30s, and I had 3 young children, a rather abusive marriage. And one of the things that my mum said to me before she passed was, "Do not live an unhappy life, sweetheart. Be the best you can be." And after she passed away, I did reflect on my life, what I was doing, how I was doing it, and I realised I was going through the paces. That's all I was really doing. Enjoying my children, of course, enormously because they're amazing, but I wasn't living my best life. And from there, I took a big step. I left the very dysfunctional marriage and I started studying. I left my corporate job and I started studying counselling and psychotherapy. And as I progressed with that, I realised how incredible it was and how much it had helped me when I was going through counselling after that relationship breakdown. So I started working as a counselling psychotherapist, and after about 5 years, I realised that people had far more capacity than I was able to get them to bring out of themselves. And I knew that there was something more that I needed to do. So I found clinical hypnotherapy, studied that, and then brought that into the counselling room and noticed an immediate change in the clients, where it would take me sometimes months to get these breakthroughs and people would have these realizations. I was able to do it almost instantly in 1 or 2 sessions. And I thought, this is incredible. So I worked a little harder, studied a little more, got a couple of master's degrees, and then studying the PhD and so on. And then my husband and I started the Australian Hypnotherapy College, and now we actually teach our fellow individuals, both counsellors, psychologists, and lay people, how to become clinical hypnotherapists and psychotherapists to go out and help empower people to live their best life, because we all have the capacity within us, but there are limitations that we place on ourselves, unconsciously to ourselves, that prevent us from taking the steps and living the best life that we can live.
Well, Karen, you proved that nothing in our lives is really wasted. And thanks to your mom for those powerful words that you took to heart.
Yeah, she was an incredible woman. I was very blessed to have a mum like her. She was almost like a counsellor, but she didn't have any formal training. But everybody in the neighbourhood, I mean, my mum would go to a railway station to catch a train, and someone would sit next to her and they would just talk. They would just unload, and she'd come home and say, do I have something written on my forehead that says talk to me? It was just amazing, and she was so very good at what she did. So she was such a wonderful guide in my life.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
It's a shame she was taken too long, but too fast. But obviously she was needed somewhere else up above. So yes. I accepted.
And think about how many people she helped on those trains and subways and all of that. You know, we never know how we touch the lives of people. So I express gratitude to your mom for creating this positive ripple effect for change and her inspiration to you. So, Karen, what is your perception of your best life for our listeners?
To achieve our full potential. That's what it is. We need to understand what our full potential is. Now, some people say it's to find happiness, but that's very subjective. What is happiness? It could be family. It could be career. It could be health. It could be anything at all. It could even be financial success. And it doesn't matter what it is to each of us. It's always right for us, where we are at that point of time in our life. So occasionally we'll have people that say career is my main goal for me to be the best person I can be. And others will say, wow, that shouldn't be that. It should be your community, or it should be your family. But no, it's whatever we individually feel at that moment in time where we are, and no one else knows that we need to fulfill ourselves. And that doesn't mean that I'm just going to fulfill this part of myself. It means, as you said before, Jean, the ripple effect that then goes through the rest of our life. So you may want to achieve health, the best health that you can have. Great. That will ripple through to your family, to your friends, to your work. And it works like that. It's circular. It's very, very circular. And it doesn't matter where we start. So everyone out there, if you do want to find happiness in a particular thing, start with that main particular thing. And then you will find the circular movement goes around and around. And it spreads like a ripple effect, like a stone thrown in a lake. It just spreads out.
What a wonderful visual. And I just believe, in accordance to what you said, your best life is lived every day, not some distant time in the future. So everything we do can make a difference, and we live by example, and we can make an impression on others, and others can make an impression on us.
Oh, gosh, absolutely. And not just every day, every minute of every day. Yes. We have an assignment that we give our students partway through their course, and it is for 2 weeks. You need to develop rapport with everyone. Now, sometimes that's a little overwhelming, so we may say, okay, rapport within your family or rapport with your work colleagues. And the amount of they all are so challenged to do that. And this is every minute of every day for 2 solid weeks. They're not to have an argument or a disagreement. They need to have a smile. They need to understand. They need to use the power words that we teach in communication harmony. And it is incredible the difference that they find not only in their life, but in their family's life or their work colleagues' life. It's like, I've never had this type of relationship with this person. I've never had this person open up to me. I've never understood this individual the same way when I listened, when I focused on developing rapport with them, which is another word for in what they're doing is acceptance in what the other person is saying and doing. So then things like that we can do, as you say, Jean, minute by minute, day by day. It's how we respond to a person, what our body language says, the smile on our face, the look on our face usually tells the other person a lot, the tone of our voice. All of these things make a difference. So if you start your day, just for today, I am going to be in rapport with everyone. I'm going to be attentive. I'm going to be accepting, and I am just going to feel happy today. And I am going to make sure that everyone that I come across, whether it be in a store, whether it be in the train or the subway, whether it be on the bus or even at work or a customer, I'm going to smile and accept them, even if they're having a bad day, and I'm going to be nice to them. And what we feel is empowered and strong and in control.
That is so
and
beautiful.
That's where so many of us don't feel.
Yes, yes. And I love that very empowering assignment and giving exercises to your students. And to implement this in their daily lives, they see that impact. And I love that setting your intention, right, each day to, to, not create the drama, not create the conflict, not to get involved in that. And really, I think you see where you are in the context of those relationships and situations when you step back.
Yes, yeah. I think I've been placed on this planet not only to be a mum and a grandma to raise and nurture the future generation, but to help, to spread happiness, to spread empowerment, to spread insight into what individuals already possess themselves.
Yes.
But I teach how to find it and how to use what they already have within themselves that they just can't see yet. That's all.
So true. So true. Well, another question, what inhibits people from living their best life? And I know you work with a lot of clients, but what inhibits people from living?
The three main things that will inhibit us are fear. Now, fear can be a range of things, and fear is subjective and different for everyone, but it could be fear of rejection. It could be fear of failure. It could be fear I'm not good enough, which leads into self-doubt. So certainly fear is number one. Self-doubt is the second one. And then self-worth. Do I deserve this? Should I obtain this? Other people around me are struggling. But if I'm not and I succeed and I obtain happiness and health and wealth and satisfaction, does that mean that I'm leaving them behind? So all of these thoughts go around and around in our mind, and they keep us stuck. And they keep us stuck in a place that we often don't want to be. And then that creates these feelings that we have that we talk about all the time, of feeling stressed or anxious or whatever. But it's fear, self-doubt, and however we place ourselves with our self-worth. That's what stops us from living our best life.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure, many listeners can really identify with that. What would you consider, Karen, as the root problems of anxiety? I know you work with clients experiencing anxiety, stress, depression, phobias, addictive behaviors. And I know this shows up, physically in our being. So what are these root problems associated with these kinds of issues?
You are so right, Jean. Just because something is going on external to us, we process it internally, which is why some people struggle with depression, phobias, anxiety, and other people seem to flow through and process it differently. Media is a major problem And I know we usually reflect within. It's what's going on in me. But we are so engaged with media, social media, and so on. It's in the palm of our hand, 24 hours a day in some cases.
Yes.
And unfortunately, and I don't know who's starting it, whether it be the drug companies funding the programs, I'm not sure. But we talk a lot about anxiety and stress and depression, phobias, as you say, and these addictive behaviours. And we use the word addiction with everything. I'm addicted to gambling. I'm addicted to a cigarette. I'm addicted to whatever it is. But the definition of addiction, for instance, is I must do more of it more often.
Yeah.
Now, that is certainly correct with illicit drugs, but it's only applied to illicit drugs. Most people will smoke the same number of cigarettes every day. They will eat the same amount of chocolate or biscuits pretty much every day. They will gamble much the same amount of money up and down a little most days or weeks. So things like addictive behaviours are often not addictive. They're choices.
Yes.
But we don't know that they're choices because when we label something addictive, we immediately place the responsibility onto that thing.
Yes. And
we take it away from us.
Yes, and we become slaves to it and
Exactly.
live out these symptoms. But Dr. Karen, we're up for a commercial break. I am really looking forward to our next segment. You have really enlightened us on what is your best life and, you know, what inhibits people from actually living their best life. And, you know, this is something for our listeners to really contemplate, to reflect on, because you are in charge of yourself and you have the power to make different choices. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on You Deserve to Live Your Best Life with Dr. Karen Phillip joining us from Australia. She's a counseling psychotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist, life coach, international parenting and relationship expert, and international best-selling author of Communication Harmony, the 3 Powerful Secret Words to Eliminate the Drama and Conflict from Every Conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Announcing Dr. Jean Marie Farish's new book, Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations. This is the companion piece to Dr. Farish's best-selling book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being. Through the new book, we invite you to cultivate a lifestyle of love through daily devotional practices over a 21-day period, following 9 ingredients in the recipe of love. Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations is available on Amazon.com and Balboa Press.
Jean Marie Farish's Center for Conscious Loving, LLC, cultivates a lifestyle of love and wholehearted connections through personal growth, altruistic services, and speaking engagements. Resources include classes, workshops, life care coaching, and creative service projects with an emphasis on cultural arts. Visit the website at drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. That's drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. Or click the link on the Love Light show page.
Best-selling authors international news honors best-selling authors around the globe. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is featured in the newly released issue of Published magazine. To have first access to this treasured resource, go to publishedmagazine.com. Vicki Winterton and Dr. Jean Marie Farish have compiled a dynamic book, We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another, an anthology with 24 highly diverse co-authors who share how to spread the message of love, resilience, inclusivity, and compassion. This book is an invaluable source of uplifting, inspiring, and positive insights for spreading positivity in the world. We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another is available on Amazon.com. Be sure to get your copy today. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is proud to announce the release of her new book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being, available now at Balboa Press. This book will help you master your life and flourish in love. You'll learn how to become a better and more evolved you. Feel good by making life-affirming choices. Deepen your feelings and expressions of love. Tune in love and sustain the change. And flourish in love and find your joy. Visit BalboaPress.com and search for Living in the Spirit of Love. And enjoy Dr. Farish's new book today.
I'm Judy Satori. I'm a spiritual channel and activator of human potential. You might have heard me speaking on the Voice of America on Dr. Jean Farish's show, Love Light, because I've been speaking about the challenges that are besetting all of us right now and how we can surrender but also keep on going. I want to invite you to join my new Facebook group that is devoted to heart-centered connection and unity. Through this Facebook group, you can also join my free access question and answer session with Spirit on the first Wednesday to Thursday of every month. Just search Ascension Community on Facebook to join the group. In this session, I answer questions and transmit energy from Spirit to give you guidance and support. Because life on planet Earth ain't easy right now, and there is so much help from above, from beings of love and light, from multidimensional realities who are actually here with us, wanting to step up and support us. I welcome you to become part of our ongoing group conversation about evolutionary change and how it's affecting us as human beings and affecting our life today. Many blessings to you. You can find out more about me and my work at www.ascensionlibrary.org. Have a wonderful day.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You are tuned in to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Feel free to connect with our program through email or check out our links on Facebook. Reach Jean at Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. That's Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. And now, back to Love Light.
Welcome back to Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love. And if you're just joining us, we are with our outstanding guest, Dr. Karen Phillip, joining us today from Australia. She is a counseling psychotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist, life coach, international parenting and relationship expert, and author of the brilliant #1 international bestseller, Communication Harmony, the 3 powerful secret words to eliminate the drama and conflict from every conversation. On our show today, you deserve to live your best life. Karen, thank you so much for kind of opening the door to what your best life should look like and feel like, and what inhibits us from living our best life, and what gets in the way, these root problems and things that keep us really immersed in negativity without the focus on, what is it that I really want to do? What's my potential? How can I enrich my life and my being? One thing yes, go ahead, Dr. Karen.
Sorry, I was just going to say that you've summed that up so beautifully, Jean. Thank you.
Well, we have more to share. And one thing I want to ask you is, we're always talking to ourselves. We always have this internal dialogue going on that impacts our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors, and also have an impact on others. What do you have to say about that in terms of how can we stop the madness, stop creating this negative conversation, which I believe, one of the main points is to have a better relationship with yourself first.
Oh, gosh. Yes, absolutely. We all have that internal dialogue. We refer to it in therapy as parts. We have different parts. Often we have a negative part, we have a positive part. And then we have our wishes, we have our goals. But we often look external to ourselves. We look outside of ourselves. We look at what things are going on outside, what other people are doing and saying, what other people are achieving and we're not. But what we often fail to do is go inside. I call it, we're in I, me, we're not in they, them. So anything that we see external to us, the feelings we have that have come in from outside, we go into I, me. But what we fail to do is be in they, them. And often in the therapy room, I will have a person or even couples, and they'll be sitting down and they'll be talking or arguing sometimes, either with themselves or with their partner if they're with someone. And I have them internalise that, think about what they're thinking, what they're feeling, how they're processing. And then I ask them to pop up out of themselves and go into the other person and understand what they're feeling, what they're thinking. And it's quite incredible the difference that makes and how our thought process changes. The other thing that we often do is, and this is human, we go straight to plan B, straight to the negative. And we talk internally the what ifs, the if onlys. And this is what prevents us from moving. It keeps us stuck. So often when people are doing that, I ask them to notice their if only or their negative and flip it over to become more positive. What can I do? And there's the difference between a wish and a goal. A wish is sitting in the one place, wishing for something, hoping for it. A goal is sitting in the place and setting steps to walk towards the outcome that you want. So we need to ensure that we know the difference between a wish and a goal and start setting the achievable steps, even if it's a tiny little step first. Just for today, I'm not going to do this. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. I'll reword that. Just for today, I am going to do this. I am going to be happy. I am going to be nice to everyone I come across. I am going to get this work done, this assignment done, this, sort of report completed that I need to. So if we just set one small step, because most of the time we set these huge goals and they become wishes because they're so big we can't go forward.
Well, Karen, this requires us to be self-aware in the moment. And I know that we all, I guess, have this innate desire to live in peace and harmony and have harmonic relationships and positive communication. Can you talk a little bit about, for our listeners, how can we identify perhaps these unwanted behaviors, narcissistic aspects, trying to be in control in relationships, things that inhibit harmony and positive communication. Can you talk more about harmonic communication? Because we do this every day.
Oh, yes. And we often think communication is about between us and a partner, but communication is everywhere with everything. Every letter that or every email that we send to someone, whether it be at work or to our family member, is communication. We communicate verbally. We communicate with our tone of voice. We communicate with the look on our faces. So all of these things have to come into it. Now, when we communicate, we need to also consider the other person, not just what we want. We've got something we want to say. We've got a feeling that we're feeling. And by geez, we want that other person to know it. And that's nothing wrong with that. However, the reason we communicate is for what? It is to have the other person understand what we're trying to tell them, what we're trying to show them, what we're attempting to share with them. And if we do it in a way that shuts them down, that makes them angry or distressed or upset, then we are not communicating with them. We are not sharing what we're thinking, feeling, or needing from that person. So this is where in the Communication Harmony book, people learn to adjust the way they say things. So if they want to share some information or teach or let the other person know what they're thinking and feeling, they can do it in a way that the other person does understand and accepts what they're saying. And that's a big thing. We often blurt things out because that's what we feel. That's what we want them to know. But they're not getting it. They're not understanding it. And this is where it falls down.
I think when you spoke earlier about putting yourself in the other person's place, this helps us increase our own empathy and understanding. And I love what you said. Sometimes we're so quick on jumping in and wanting to make our point known without even considering the other person or trying to understand. So I think we have to revisit, what is communication? What is the purpose? What do you wish to achieve?
Yes, absolutely. You mentioned before about relationships where there may be a controlling individual or a narcissist in the relationship. Unfortunately, with our narcissistic individuals, they can't change. It is, we call it narcissistic personality disorder, and it is controlling, and it can be very, very demeaning to the partner and so on. I had one of those relationships for 20 years with my first husband, and it was tough. But what I learned to do, regardless of the comments that were being made to me, I would go in and I would look in the mirror and I would say to myself, you are a good person. You are an intelligent person. You've got this. You know what you can do, and you can do whatever the heck it is that you want to do. Not to go against the controlling behaviour necessarily, although you can find ways to get around that. But if we're in a nasty relationship, it's usually not in our best interest to stay. And this is where we set our goals and plan to escape that nasty relationship if we really want to be the best that we can be. And sometimes that may be after the children grow a little, or you set up some more financial goals for yourself to be able to walk away. So there's a lot of things come into all of that. But certainly when you learn the communication skills, you can keep the peace, you can keep a degree of control with yourself, and you can empower yourself along the way while you're maybe setting the goals and plans to achieve what it is that you ultimately want to do.
And that makes you feel better. At least you have a plan of action. So for people who are kind of stuck or caught, or maybe you're waiting for the children to get older, or you need a plan, there's still things you can do, right? Every moment of the day to, try to stay in control of yourself, because words are powerful. Words can, they're words that can stop conflict, that can alleviate conflict from escalating. So we have to kind of look at what our role in the situation and how we can be more in control of ourselves.
Absolutely. And we often hear this, they're a control freak, or, we feel that if we are wanting to be in control, that, oh my goodness, there must be something wrong with me. Oh gosh, absolutely not. If each and every one of us developed more ability to control self, then many of our issues wouldn't exist. It's as simple as that. We need to control self. And that means our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviours, our words, our actions. If we were able to control self, and this is what we want to teach our children, we look at our little ones, our 4, 5, 7-year-olds, don't even talk about teenagers, and we're wanting them to control themselves, control their behaviours and actions. Yet what they're often looking at with their mum, dad, and even community is a lack of control of self. So it's very hard. So if as a parent that you learn that control of self, then the modelling and the teaching, not only to your children, but all of those that you come in contact with, is so enormous. And I love control. I think control is one of the best things we can each have.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about if you're in a negative relationship and you're maintaining self-control, and it made me think about, I can't remember the study about extinction, how at some point the behavior may escalate when someone sees that you're taking charge or you're more in control. The negative behavior may escalate, but after a while it will decrease. What's your perception of that? For those
That's exactly right.
Sorry, go ahead.
And when we do start taking control of self, and when we use particularly the strategies that are in communication harmony, the other person may start to escalate because they want to break you. They want to win. They want to control you. So that's very different of controlling self and controlling someone else. And if you continue working with the strategies that are very easily learned and you can implement immediately from the book, then that person does start to come down, because particularly if they're a narcissistic behaviour, they don't want to lose. So they will step back If they feel that they can control you, they can escalate you, you become very emotional, you become very distressed, upset, then they've got control over you.
That's reinforcing.
And I say to people, I say to people that describe these, just imagine they're a little flame over there in the corner, and they do and say these things to you, and you react that way. It's almost like you've got some petrol and you're throwing it at them, and their flame fires up. You are empowering them. Let's change that petrol to water. Let's throw the water at them, shall we? Let's put that flame out so you retain that control. And it can change your life. It changes your life with that amount of control that you have for self. It's great. It's great to see.
And Karen, this kind of ties into feelings of lack of self-love and self-worth that many people face, because some may say, well, he did this to me, I deserve it. And I'm sure you probably have clients like that. Go ahead.
You're told you deserve it. You don't, but you are told continuously. That could have been from childhood. That could have been through adolescence or even teachers. And that can be with your partner. You are told you don't deserve it. You are told you're not worth it. You're told you're not good enough. You're told you can't. And, of course, people start to think and believe, well, I can't. I'm not. I haven't. It's like, no. Every individual is born the same. We have the same abilities. We have the same aspects of our behaviour. I'm not saying this person is more intelligent than that person, so therefore they're better. Absolutely not. Each and every one of us has our individual strengths in different areas. Could you imagine if everybody in this planet was the same? We were all a Musk or a David Attenborough, or, a lot of us would love to be one of those people. But we need individuality. We need to be us. And if we look around the world, we look around businesses, we look around all of these different organisations and community organisations, and we see the strengths in each individual person. And it's like, wow, they are amazing. They've achieved this and they've done that. We look at mums that have achieved an incredible amount in their lives. And we look at some dads and some men and some women. We look at different coloured people, people's of different race, different religions, and some of the things that they've achieved for good. And they've achieved it so individually. So we do not want to be the same. And when someone says to us, you're not good enough, you can't do it, they're talking solely and only from their perspective, not yours.
And you don't have to take that in and live it out as your reality.
We need to
reframe. Yes, repel it, right? Yes. Well, I look forward to us sharing more about these strategies and techniques with your amazing skills and training. We're ready for another short break, but for our listeners, stay tuned. We will return shortly with Dr. Karen Phillip joining us today from Australia. On our show today, you deserve to live your best life. Counseling psychotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist, life coach, international parenting and relationship expert, and author of the #1 international bestseller, Communication Harmony, the 3 powerful secret words to eliminate the drama and conflict from every conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Vicki Winterton and Dr. Jean Marie Farish have compiled a dynamic book, We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another, an anthology with 24 highly diverse co-authors who share how to spread the message of love, resilience, inclusivity, and compassion. This book is an invaluable source of uplifting, inspiring, and positive insights for spreading positivity in the world. We're All in This Together, Embrace One Another is available on Amazon.com. Be sure to get your copy today.
I'm Judy Satori. I'm a spiritual channel and activator of human potential. You might have heard me speaking on the Voice of America on Dr. Jean Farish's show, Love Light, because I've been speaking about the challenges that are besetting all of us right now and how we can surrender but also keep on going. I want to invite you to join my new Facebook group that is devoted to heart-centered connection and unity. Through this Facebook group, you can also join my free access question and answer session with Spirit on the first Wednesday to Thursday of every month. Just search Ascension Community on Facebook to join the group. In this session, I answer questions and transmit energy from Spirit to give you guidance and support. Because life on planet Earth ain't easy right now, and there is so much help from above, from beings of love and light, from multidimensional realities who are actually here with us, wanting to step up and support us. I welcome you to become part of our ongoing group conversation about evolutionary change and how it's affecting us as human beings and affecting our life today. Many blessings to you. You can find out more about me and my work at www.ascensionlibrary.org. Have a wonderful day.
Dr. Jean Marie Farish is proud to announce the release of her new book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being, available now at Balboa Press. This book will help you master your life and flourish in love. You'll learn how to become a better and more evolved you. Feel good by making life-affirming choices. Deepen your feelings and expressions of love. Tune in love and sustain the change. And flourish in love and find your joy. Visit BalboaPress.com and search for Living in the Spirit of Love and enjoy Dr. Farish's new book today. Announcing Dr. Jean Marie Farish's new book, Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations. This is the companion piece to Dr. Farish's best-selling book, Living in the Spirit of Love, Our Natural State of Being. Through the new book, we invite you to cultivate a lifestyle of love through daily devotional practices over a 21-day period, following 9 ingredients in the recipe of love. Love Mastery Devotion Journal, 21-day weekly prompts and affirmations, is available on Amazon.com and Balboa Press. Best-selling Authors International news honors best-selling authors around the globe. Dr. Jean Marie Farish is featured in the newly released issue of Published magazine. To have first access to this treasured resource, go to publishedmagazine.com.
Jean Marie Farish's Center for Conscious Loving, LLC, cultivates a lifestyle of love and wholehearted connections through personal growth, altruistic services, and speaking engagements. Resources include classes, workshops, life care coaching, and creative service projects with an emphasis on cultural arts. Visit the website at drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. That's drjeanmariefarish-consciousloving.com. Or click the link on the Love Light show page.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You are tuned in to Love Light with Dr. Jean Marie Farish. Feel free to connect with our program through email or check out our links on Facebook. Reach Jean at Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. That's Jean72Farish@yahoo.com. And now, back to Love Light.
Welcome back to Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love. And we are with our amazing guest, Dr. Karen Phillip, joining us today from Australia on our show, You Deserve to Live Your Best Life. She's a counseling psychotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist, life coach, international parenting and relationship expert. She's been featured on television, radio, print media, and she's the author of the #1 international bestseller, Communication Harmony, the 3 powerful secret words to eliminate the drama and conflict from every conversation. And Dr. Karen is going to take us through an exercise for listeners. So, Karen, can you just share your exercise and what our listeners need to do to prepare?
Okay, there's a couple of different things. The first thing I want people to do, and they can do this every day, every week, is to write down, and people can write this down, write down 3 things that you are really grateful for in your life. read them back to yourself. Terrific. I feel good. Now write down 3 more. Okay, I'll have to find a few more. When you've done that, write 3 more of each of those. So you're now got perhaps 15, 20, if you can find that many. But people often get stuck. They do the first 3, and then the next 3, I've got to think about. And then doing 3 on each of those second 3 is really tough. But that's a great exercise to do. The other one, and I'd like everyone to do it now if they could, not if they're driving a car, but if they're sitting down somewhere and listening to this podcast, I just want everyone to take a moment and just close their eyes. When we think of something, we become overwhelmed, anxious, or stressed about it. I want everyone to close their eyes for a minute, take a deep breath. And I want you to think of that overwhelming feeling or that anxious feeling that you may see in front of your eyes. Put it right there. And I want you to notice how close it is, what it sounds like, what it feels like, how close it is to you, how you feel about that. And it's often an unpleasant feeling. But keeping your eye on that feeling and that vision, I want you to start pushing it away. I want you to start moving it behind you, wherever that may be. Push it away so it's further and further and further away from you. Now I want you to put it into a frame. And I want you to look at the frame with your picture in it and push it further away, further back, further and further and further away. And I want you to make it darker and maybe a little fuzzy, like an old video or something that's not working properly on the screen. And push it further and further away till it's really, really small, really tiny. And then open your eyes and how do I feel about that now? And most everyone feels it a lot less. That issue that was really right in front of them that they feel so anxious or stressed about is further away. And your mind just did that. And that shows you that you have the capacity and the ability to do it. Very simple exercise. And you can do that with anything at any time of the day that comes in. Anything that happens. You have the ability in your mind to get rid of it, to push it further away. You may not eliminate it completely, but you can certainly lower its severity.
Those are beautiful exercises, and I think practicing those exercises can really show that you have the power and you can change your mood and change the nature of the interaction as we move toward harmony with ourselves and, creating better relationships with others and, moving toward making the changes that inhibits us from living the life we deserve. Those are great exercises.
Yeah, we use a lot of them in hypnotherapy when I work with clients with hypnosis, that we're able to have them visualize things differently, to feel different, to think different, to see behind our eyes something different, which changes, which is what you mentioned originally. Our mind isn't just our thoughts and which generates feelings. It also severely affects our body at times. It can very positively affect our body, but it can also severely affect our body, which is why using hypnosis when we're stressed, when we're anxious, we're very tense. You talk to physios. My daughter-in-law's a physiotherapist, and she says 80% of people that walk into physio with issues of tightness and pulled muscles and stiff necks and shoulders and backs, she said, we know that 80% of that is in their mind, not their body.
Yes.
Wow. So we've got on our virtual hypnotherapy website, we sell a lot of online sessions for people that wanting to get rid of the baggage so they no longer have to carry it. We have a session so you can learn to sleep comfortably, deeply, all night, every night. We have various sessions for people that suffer IBS, that people that are recovering from a relationship breakdown, that want to quit smoking, lose weight. There's a whole range of things, because if we can adjust our mind and our thoughts, we can achieve pretty much anything we want to achieve once we know how.
Is there a favorite story you have in your work?
Oh, wow. There's
I
so
know there's
many.
so
But,
many.
oh, yeah. Look, I remember just briefly one couple that came in that were, I mean, arguing like you've never heard. They argued continuously throughout their 6-year relationship. They had a young child. I pointed out the issues that their young child was starting to emulate and copy, and they didn't think that there was a way on earth that they could actually get on, and they were looking at separating. Anyway, I worked with them on the strategies that I teach in communication harmony. And on leaving, I said to them, I gave them a copy of the book, and I said, okay, just for this afternoon, I want you to have no more arguments, just this afternoon. They looked at each other and laughed, said, how long do you give us, mate? 10 minutes? And he said, yeah, about 10 minutes. Anyway, I reiterated again what I'd said, please read the book in your own time. They came back 2 weeks later, smiling and happy. They had not had an argument for 2 weeks. First time in their whole relationship. And their little boy was starting to act differently as well. And that family, that was about 4 years ago. They're still together. They actually live not too far from where I reside. But even people coming in with high anxiety, and they feel that they can't get past it. They've had it so long. Their mum or their dad had it, and we often learn it from our parents. Then we do the strategies. We use the hypnosis. We use the techniques that we provide on virtual hypnotherapy, and their whole life seems to change. Their mind opens. Their thoughts change. And when our thoughts change, our feelings change. Yes. And when our feelings improve, our body improves. So it is, as we talked about before, a ripple effect within ourselves, not just with other people. So there's so many. And this particular lady that came in so anxious, she couldn't go to a shopping centre. She wasn't able to drive a car. She was debilitated. She was even stuck at home, became an agoraphobic. And after the session, she walked out, didn't say to her husband, I'm driving. And then she rang me 3 days later and she said, I've driven 3 hours up to my daughter's house and I haven't seen her for 2 years because she's got young kids and can't get down to me. She said, my life has changed. Just like that, one session. It was incredible. It gave me goosebumps.
It's like taking that first step. Sometimes we need intervention and help and support. So for listeners out there, you don't have to be stuck, connect with Karen, go deeper to learn more about these techniques and strategies. And, you can really change, make the desired changes and live the life that you deserve.
They can, Jean. Every one of us does have that capacity. It doesn't matter what we feel that we're stuck in right now. We may not be stuck in the same place tomorrow, next week, or next month. We may not. We feel that we're stuck when we're in our hole. We really are. And we can't see, as we say, we can't see the forest for the trees. So we teach how people can start cutting in their own steps to climb up and see out of that hole and take whatever steps they need. So I guess I teach how for a lot of people. And those that are feeling overwhelmed and stressed, we've got a free relaxation session. If they go to virtualhypnotherapy.com, there is a free relaxation session. It only goes for about 15, 16 minutes, but it will take the edge off all the stresses and tension that you're feeling, and it'll allow your mind and body to slow down and relax. And when that is relaxed, you're able to think more easily. We all have a balance between emotion and logic, but when our emotion escalates, our logic goes out the window and we do and say things that we would never normally do and say. What I'm suggesting is that we allow that emotion to come down, stay reasonably balanced, so our logic remains, and we're always able to use our logic the best way that we need to for ourselves and for others. We retain that control, and that's important. So even listening to this 15-minute free relaxation, do it every day. Use it as a little bit of a prescription, if you like. Every day, either morning, noon, or night, it doesn't matter. Just listen. And I've got people listening to relaxation even 10 or 15 minutes in their car when they drive home before they get out and go inside to a sometimes chaotic house. Yes. They just take that 10 minutes to 15 minutes and listen. They recharge internally and are able to walk in with a smile on their face and leave their day behind.
Can you repeat? can you repeat where they can access this relaxation exercise again?
virtualhypnotherapy.com.
Wonderful. Well, Karen, how can listeners tell us a little bit about your book and how listeners can access it?
Well, Communication Harmony is filled with incredible amount of information. We use it as textbooks for our college and a few other colleges. It's so easily implemented, all of the things in it. You can read it in a few days, very easily implemented. And it's available in print or as a Kindle copy, and you just get it from wherever your favourite bookstore is, whether it be Amazon or Booktopia or whatever. So just go to Communication Harmony, go into Amazon or wherever, Communication Harmony, and find the book. And I really urge everyone to get a copy of it and read it, and then start implementing the power words that are in it. But it'll also give you the ability to understand what words you should and should not be using in any conversation. And just to do a quick reminder of people that will read the book, if we say to someone, you should, you need to, you'd better, you have to, fighting words, absolutely not. We have to change them. And I give you all the words to change. And also from virtual hypnotherapy, if we want to just pop back to that one for a sec, not only do people get the free relaxation, but they also get 25% off any session that they want if they use the code word LOVELIGHT25.
All right. Well, Karen, thank you so much for being here today, showing us that it is possible to live your best life and what inhibits us from doing that, and those exercises that will show us how to, really move beyond our stuckness and our comfort zone to live the life that we deserve. And thank you for your generosity for the relaxation exercise and for our listeners. So we asked our listeners to tune back in on demand, listen back to those exercises, and share our show with others to create this positive ripple effect for change.
Absolutely. People are good.
Okay.
People are worth it.
Well, again, thank you, Dr. Karen, for being here today. And for our listeners, you can strengthen and embody the practice of love in your daily life by accessing your weekly love practice on the blog pages of my websites, JeanFerrisJourney.com and JeanMarieFerrisConsciousLoving.com. Much gratitude to the Voice America team for making this show a reality and for shining their love light around the world. It's time for us to reflect and examine our lives and do what we love, what really matters. You can access my article published in Savannah East, 4 Steps to Living and Loving Wholeheartedly. I highlight, be curious, be creative, be courageous, and be unselfish. Buddha quotes, in the end, the only things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. And that's part of living the life you deserve. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, coming to you from Voice America. And until we meet again, remember, an empowered self is a loving self. And keep your love light shining. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to Love Light this week. Be sure to join Dr. Jean Marie Farish again for another program next Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time and noon Eastern Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a wonderful week filled with love, self-worth, and better connections.